open the cupboards and you find anything that you think you can possibly eat. Because, you know, like when we go to the store, we'll pick up, you know, some extra noodles or some extra, you know, another can of tuna or something like that and just put them in the cupboard. And then you get to the end of the month and you're like, what can we possibly make out of Bisquick mix, a can of tuna, and a can of beans, you know? And you're like, this is all we have, and we'll end up eating some really strange dinners.
I'm not really sure if I understand that, like, insecurity, food insecurity.
Food insecurity?
Food insecurity, this is the first time I've ever heard that before.
Just that general idea.
Like people not sure like what food's gonna do to them, so they're like uncomfortable with like, you know, like their weight or I don't know, like calories and stuff. But I don't know. I'm not really sure what it is.
I think to define that, it'd probably be like not having, like not only, you know, struggling trying to get food, but not actually having any where you could get some.
Food insecurity maybe means that you can't depend to have a meal like every day, 3 times a day or something.
Not having enough food, so lack of food.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say it's not knowing where your next meal is coming from, probably. Or like when you're gonna be able to get it, having the money to get it. I'm gonna say it's not knowing where your next meal is coming from, probably.
You can't depend
like
on
when you're gonna be able to.
Food insecurity is a condition of a household that describes a situation where families are unsure of being able to feed themselves through the end of any given month.
It's basically when people are ever not sure if they're going to have enough food.
My budget for spending for a week at school is $3. That's nothing. You can't buy lunch for $3 and I'm there for 2 whole days, you know, from at least 8 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock at night with $3.
We have college students who are trying their hardest, trying to improve their situation, having difficulty paying their bills. They're not wasting their money on beer, and they are nonetheless they're qualified for food stamps. They maybe by any reasonable expectation or evaluation, they are we would think worthy of help, and yet I don't think it gets taken seriously enough simply because they're part of a group that lots of people would consider to be privileged and likely to have some discretionary income.
But to feel like you're fitting in and get that cup of coffee with everybody else, it's $3. And if I want something above and beyond that, I make myself do something extra above and beyond that. So whether it's, you know, collecting pop cans for my family, returning those. That's what I did this morning, was return my pop cans so that I could get a cup of coffee, because I was like, oh, I really want a cup of coffee. But, you know, it's just, and to like fit in at school to, you know, be able to stop and grab a bag of chips like everybody else. It's like, well, I'm going to allow $3, but we're talking about $12 a month spent at school. By the end of the month, that turns out to be, I mean, you know, that's a couple dinners for the 2 of us.
In Oregon, the food insecurity rate is a little higher than the rest of the country. The rest of the country, it's about 1 in 10 households. In Oregon, it's a little more. It's in the order of 12%. It changes a little bit year to year. The group that gets the most attention, however, is not this general group that we regard as being food insecure, but the people that have the lowest food insecurity. Often we refer to that group as being a group that's hungry. And that percentage is is pretty high. Right now in Oregon, it's around 5.5%.
Why should an area where agriculture is very viable, where we can grow hundreds of crops in this area, and we can grow them year-round. We can grow some crops year-round. Why should we be hungry? That just doesn't make sense.
Is it housing? Is it our social services? Is it maybe some collection of those things, that there's some sort of a, kind of a wicked brew of a few things in Oregon that come together that are producing this problem? And that's something we're still working on, trying to understand. Many of them do, not all who are qualified. One of the things I've been trying to study the last few years is how it is that state agencies and nonprofit groups have worked together to try to help people get registered, to get signed up.
Students are often away from home for the first time, and they don't know about resources, especially if, their families maybe didn't have to use any kind of emergency food sources.
I probably should have been on food stamps a long time ago, but it's like I just didn't want to have to say I need help and walk into that office and be like, okay. And say I didn't really know about anything else on campus. So we really haven't done anything else but try to make it work and, buy top ramen because it's 10 cents, and do stuff like that instead.
Yeah, well, I guess sometimes I don't know how much food I'm actually gonna have at the end of the month, so I don't try to consume it all at once, or kind of try to watch it.
Eating not enough of the meals, probably skipping 1 or 2 a day sometimes. So it's kind of a big deal. You can't really concentrate in classes, so.
It's kind of like the end of the term and money's already gone, tuition and everything, bills, rent and everything, and you just don't have funds anymore for yourself or sometimes for food. Yeah, so kind of like right now, I try to go to the events that offer free food or try to go around campus.
Things should turn around eventually. And we're scooting by now, so as long as we can continue to scoot by, there's nothing wrong with that. It can't be like this 10 years from now, because I can guarantee you I'm not going to have just the regular full-time job at $10 an hour 10 years from now. So it's only a matter of time.